Well, hello, all you passionate, poetic people. I'm going to do a performance for you guys of a few of my poems. I hope you enjoy. Let's start off with Word Wizard. So I started on a poem, but I'm not sure where it's going. And it seems to have some rhythm, but I don't know if it's flowing. Is it silly? Is it witty? Is it dull or maybe dumb? Well, I think I should have thought of that before I had begun, but then I wasn't very sure on how to start it from the start. I guess it takes a bit of doodling to master works of art, like when you print on a paper with pencil or pen. And if it doesn't read right, you could write it again. Then repeat it out loud. If it doesn't sound good, then rewrite it again in a way where it would. If you like what you write with the words that were said, then the writing was right with the way it was read. So then reread your writing and read it again as you print on your paper with pencil or pen. Like when I try to write a rhyme that works like one work of art. A bright idea comes to mind and then I pull it apart. Then I find the parts and the pieces of the puzzle that I know rhyme and then I sort them and store them all through my mind in flowing lines. Then write them and read them and then recite and repeat them, and when I know 'em, I'll flow 'em and show 'em all I got a poem. Because from poem to poem, I write them, I know 'em, I recite 'em and flow 'em, I sow 'em and grow 'em. I've got a garden of poems I planted to show 'em. And who knows, maybe one day perhaps the whole world may know 'em. Because what if I were a wizard with the word-wielding wand, who finds the lines of the minds of the wise from beyond, who weaves the words of these minds into lines of a rhyme, or whatsoever is clever enough to last for all time. Okay. Next one is Twilight Zone. Imagine a place as it waits to be found, a different dimension of mind, sight, and sound, where you unlock a door through all space and all time, where you hear through deaf ears and light shines to the blind, a middle ground between day and night where nothing seems wrong and yet nothing seems right, for reality itself is merely a dream in this land of shadows and substance and things, and you push past the boundaries and borders you find through the depths of your fears and the lights of your mind. There's a sign up ahead. You feel lost and alone, but like so many, you have just entered the Twilight Zone. Okay, this one's called History Book. The history of this humankind could be wiped away at any time. In 100,000 years to come, they may say that life has just begun. But when life gets hard, it's hard to look for the missing chapters of an ancient book. Where the book began, we cannot say. The pages have been swept away. This is Treasures. Down deep within the sands of time lay treasures left for you to find. So many gifts you never knew are hiding, waiting just for you. The past is gone and left behind. The future soon will come in time. But where the past and future meet, there's a present buried at your feet. Okay, I'm going to do The Time Before Time. In a time before time, oh so long, long ago, humankind had known things which we no longer know, designs so advanced from their minds and their hands that a primitive man just could not understand. But something had happened a long time ago. The earth it did shake and the wind it did blow. A disaster occurred that they just couldn't mend, and the time before time had come to an end. For the ice it did melt and the water did rise, and their cities all vanished in front of their eyes. And the skies they did fall, and the ground it did crack, and with everything lost there was no looking back. They found shelter in caves as they arose from the mud, and a new time began at the end of the flood. And with all that was lost for the few left alive, only one thing was left, just their will to survive, and the need to replant and to regrow the land with the seeds in the handbags they held in their hand. So they hunted and gathered and tried to rebuild, but the shoes of the past were too big to be filled. Over thousands of years they forgot there was more. Time itself had erased the time once long before. And so here we are now with advancements so grand, and we're wondering how, and we can't understand how people of caves could have been so advanced. Ancient ruins were not made by primitive man. How they carved, shaped, and moved mega stones in such ways with mathematic precision that we can't do today. And we look to our history books and can't bear that there's something we're not right, that there's something not there. Where is this lost time that we can't find in history? How old is mankind? Can we solve the mystery? All right. This is Watchmen. Time and time they show you when to come and when to go, and when your time is running out, count on these hands of mine to know. Through hands of mine, subhands of time, the first hand's ours we see. The second hand shall come around, the minute hands are freed. So if you have time to just listen to rhyme this time that this lunatic talks, tick tock, Talk. Just watch on these hands and see, listen to me. I'm the man with the hands of a clock. So time and again, they will show you just when you can come and just when you can go. And when the time comes when you run out of time, you can count on these hands, they will know. Through these hands of mine, subsist hands of all time. And the first hand is ours, we can see. And the second hand soon comes around. It's a moment the minute hands of mine are freed. Secret mission, let's rock it. Ignition, we have liftoff. Secret mission, let's rock it. I watch the earth become a marble like it fit in my pocket. I plot a course, the outer reaches of the dark of the sky, towards the signal that was weakened as it got faded and died. He's somewhere out there, I know it. His picture hangs from my locket. I'm racing to the lost in space, a secret mission, let's rock it. Yes, I followed in his footsteps, just one small step for man. And I may leap, I may get lost, but I'll do all that I can, because there's no other way. I'll rock it through the unknown. I'll find a signal just to say, hey, Dad, I'm bringing you home. Okay. Dream. I softly slip away in sleep and descend down into the deep, a feather floating far to find the mellow meadows of the mind. To breach through border blocks that bind and toss the talk of ticking time, I wish to wander with the wise through long and lonely lullabies. To understand an unknown land, I hope to hold a helping hand, a pleasant plain, a place to pray and face the distant dawn of day. Hog Dog Frog. Through a fog into a bog, I dug under a dirty log and found a baby hog dog frog, a puppy piglet pollywog, a happy slappy sloppy soggy slimy foggy piggy doggy, cutest thing to catch my eye until it ate a kitten fly. How I'm doing. If you ask me how I'm doing, well, I might just say okay, but then I don't think that quite justifies just how I feel today. All right, I might say that I'm good, okay, I may say that I'm great, and well, I would have said I'm wonderful, but that's up for debate, because I really feel fantastic, somewhat super or superb. Excellently, I'm ecstatic, except that's not quite the word. Now, is it splendid or stupendous, giddy, gleeful, maybe glad? I find it funny, I can't find the way to say I'm not that bad. In fact, I'm feeling fine and fairly well, and silly, somewhat sappy, so you see me smile and you can tell, aha, that's it, I'm happy.